Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another reading vlog. It's the 31st of October, it's a Tuesday. I didn't post a vlog last week because I didn't read the week before, and I read one more book in October since the last vlog. But I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered, she says. But yeah, like I said, 31st of October, tomorrow is the 1st of November, so it is the start of ClearUrSht. Hopefully by the time this video is up, you will have watched my November TBR video, which is my ClearUrSht part 1 TBR video. If you don't know, ClearUrSht is a readathon that is based over 2 months of November and December, and the aim is just to read your books. There are prompts, but you can stretch them to the nth degree. I will link the Twitter slash X profile down below, and I will also leave Mouse's app from Mouse Reads announcement video for this year's ClearUrSht. It's the readathon, there is a story, there is a lore, but the main thing for this readathon is to just read your books, and you can stretch these prompts to the nth degree. Literally, if you think it fits, it fits. Hopefully, like I said, you've seen the TBR video. You'll know my aim for this round of ClearUrSht is to read the rest of the books I brought over from 2022, which majority are there, and then the 3 books I'm going to be aiming to read this week. Yes, 3. So the way ClearUrSht is set is that the aim is to read 3 prompts at least each week, if I remember correctly. And like unlike you'll see in my TBR video, my aim is to read a book for each prompt, which is a lot of books. So saying that, let's get into the 3 prompts and 3 books I aim to read this week. Prompt number 1 is Gemini, and that's to read a book with 2 main characters, and for this one I've gone for The Agathas by Kathleen Glasgow and Liz Lawson. You follow 2 teens who try to solve a murder. By the way, keeping this really short and sweet as in what the books are about, just because you'll hopefully see my TBR video where I actually read the synopsis. So prompt number 2, yes, I have the prompts written down, is Libra, and that is to let someone choose between 2 books. And Ada picked, because Sophie wasn't sure about either books, The Battle Drum by Sarah L. Arifi. This is the sequel to The Final Strife, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Did I read The Final Strife this year? I did. It's there. The shiny one. And sorry, not sure. That's The Final Strife. So because it's a sequel, I can read you the synopsis, but if you do have The Final Strife on your TBR, I would thoroughly implore to you that you read it, because I thoroughly enjoyed it. And that's a lot of thoroughlies. And prompt number 3 is Aquarius, and that's to read a fantasy book or book with fantasy-like aspects. And for this one, I've gone for one that I'm pretty sure I've put on many TBRs this year, but never got around to reading, The Clockwork Girl by Anna Mazzola. Set in Paris, 1750. You follow chambermaid Madeline Chastel as she arrives at the home of the city's celebrated clockmaker and his clever daughter. She hides a dark past, obviously, and her purpose is to discover the truth of the clockmaker's experiments. And it is magical realism as far as I'm aware, so fantasy. So, between these 3 books, there is 1,170 pages. And if I divide that by 7, because there's 7 days in a week, to get through these, I need to read at least 167 pages a day. I am off work for the next 3 days, but I have plans for each day. So I don't aim on like reading a book tomorrow, a book Thursday, and a book Friday. Not going to happen. Sorry, in my thoughts. So yeah, that's not going to happen unless the weather and Storm Kieran decides to get worse, then I will not be leaving my house. Doesn't mean I'll be finishing decorating though, but that's a topic for another day. Guess who's procrastinating on that again? Anyway, sorry. So I plan on reading the 167 pages a day. If by some miracle, before the 8th of December, 8th of November, I have read all 3 books, I will be going on to my free space book, which was the last book I started in October. Why do I keep saying November? October. Which is An Unwanted Guest by Shari LaPena. I'm a quarter of the way through it. I want this read, so yeah, it will be finished for this readathon. So yeah, that's the plan for this week. Also, little story on the TBR video. I still haven't filmed it as I'm filming this clip. My aim is to film it tomorrow before I start my plans, because my original plan of filming it Saturday before I went away for the weekend never happened. So the vlogs for this readathon are going to go either 2 ways. They're either going to be my normal Monday to Sunday vlogs and then up Monday/Tuesday, or I'm going to do Wednesday to Tuesday and follow like the reading weeks of the readathon. I know I don't have to read the prompts in order. I know I don't have to stick to this is when they're going to be read. But I think for me, that might be the best way to keep me on track. And I have already resigned myself to the fact that if I need to take out some books so I can just complete more prompts, I'm going to do that, because I theoretically, because there are no rules for this readathon, could select 1 book for every prompt. And if I somehow did that, by gosh, would that be a good shout. But I haven't done that, so it's not going to happen. But yeah, I'm good to go because I'm absolutely shattered and my greasy hair needs to no longer be on the screen. So I will update you tomorrow, probably, with which book I start. But spoiler alert, although I don't know how it's spoiler alert, most likely going to be the Agathas, just because I can bring it on the bus with me on Thursday. Hello, Friday morning. I finished the Agathas last night. I finished about 10:10, so hence I didn't update you then. I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed the mystery aspect of this book. I love the fact that we were it was almost like we were cracking the case with the characters. Definitely saw some of the red herrings come in. Didn't see who the actual killer was coming though. Although looking back at some of the clues, should have been a bit obvious. I loved these characters as characters in their own right, and seeing themselves develop these friendships and starting to trust each other, and seeing the backstory of what happened to their biggest mysteries to themselves, which was obviously going to happen to Michelle. But yeah, 4 stars. We'll be putting a sequel on my to be bought list, because I think I want to carry this series on. But I wasn't technically meant to finish that last night. I was meant to still have 60 odd pages left, so technically I'm like a day ahead. Well, a book ahead of the schedule. So I will be starting, but not finishing, the Battle Drum next. So obviously originally I was only meant to read 100 pages. I could very easily read the 167 I meant to read per day. And seeing as I've just had a quick flick through, and page 171 says part 3, so this book's split in parts, that might be the aim, to get to part 3. And I've just realised this has multiple POVs. I've not even had a flick through, although reading the synopsis, I should have realised this would have multiple POVs, which means if I don't get around to the 7 Faceless Saints, I think it is, that's my next book for that. That's my book for that one. But yeah, no. So like I said about TBR video, this is the sequel to The Final Strife. I should have got that book up, but instead I'm going to read you the synopsis for The Final Strife off of Goodreads. Red is the blood of the elite, of magic, of control. Blue is the blood of the poor, of workers, of the resistance. Clear is the blood of the slaves, of the crushed, of the invisible. Scylla dreamed of days growing up in the resistance, being told that she would spark a revolution that would free the Empire from the red-blooded ruling class's tyranny. That spark was extinguished the day she watched her family murdered before her eyes. And Nor has been told she's no one, nothing, disappointment, by the only person who matters, her mother, the most powerful ruler in the Empire. But when Scylla and Nor meet, a fire burns between them that could consume the kingdom and their hearts. Hassa moves through the world unseen by upper classes, so she knows what it means to be invisible. But invisibility has its uses. It can hide the most dangerous of secrets, secrets that can reignite a revolution. And when she joins forces with Scylla and Nor, together these grains of sand will become a storm. As the Empire begins a set of trials of combat and skill designed to find its new leaders, the stage is set for blood to flow, power to shift, and cities to burn. So very much looking forward to jumping back into this world. I give it 4 stars, this book. I know I said in my TBR video that The Final Strife was one of my top 10. It still is, even though it's only a 4-star. I don't base my top 10 off star ratings. I base how I felt reading the book and what I liked about it. I can't quite remember why I gave it 4 stars, but obviously there's a reason. But yeah, from what I remember what I liked, it's a top 10, and if you've watched my channel for a while, you know if I understand the magic, it's a top book. So yeah, looking forward to reading this. Do not plan on having this finished by today. If I'm going to be honest, got a bit of a headache starting, so let's see if I actually end up reading 170 pages. But it is over 400 pages long. It's, yeah, 420-ish. So realistically, this should be my weekend book, but this is me. If I start feeling better, I might just finish it tomorrow. Especially when there are final book support sprints on today and this weekend. I'm not participating in that readathon. I never really do, just because I don't really have many books that are final books in the series. But yeah, I'll definitely use them to get some reading done this weekend. But yeah, I'm gonna go make my TBR video live, because I only filmed that Wednesday night and only edited it yesterday. And then I have a feeling I'll pop some pills and go back to bed before I start. But yes, that's the update for now. One book down, another book to start. Hello, Saturday evening, it's like 11 o'clock. I've been reading my 167 pages. Also yesterday I mentioned I had a headache. I took some tablets, went back to sleep for like 3-4 hours, woke up, felt a little bit better. The headache was still there, just not as bad, so got up, took some more painkillers, did some things around the house, and then sat down and read, basically. That's my tangent way of saying that. And so today I did the things that I didn't do yesterday, but there's still a couple of things I didn't do today that I need to do next week. Anyway, all that to say, I've managed to read my 167 pages a day. I am currently on page 343, and there's 423 pages. So I've been putting on Steph sprints for the final book support group, and I'm averaging on about 80 to 90 pages read per 50-minute sprint. So I'm very tempted tomorrow morning, instead of filming my October wrap up before getting ready to go to D&D, well, after getting ready to go to D&D, we're actually setting off for D&D, to just finish the battle drum. And then I can start the Clockwork Girl on the bus to D&D and get a good chunk of that read tomorrow. I'm tempted, I don't know, because also I want to do my wrap up. I need to get back into them and filming them and that, but I'm tempted. But yeah, what am I thinking? Still a solid 4 stars. So I rated the first book 4 stars, but it's still in my top 10 because, as I said, I don't go off ratings, I go off my feelings of the book, my thoughts. So do you remember how I said I couldn't quite remember? Well, I think I said I couldn't quite remember everything of the first book. One thing I love about Sarah and this book, she's given us a recap of the first book before even starting this one. So major brownie points for me. I love these characters we are following and the fact that they're on different paths but on the same path, but they don't know they're on the same path. And there's one character I was like, I don't get where you fit in this story. And where I am now, I'm like, in my head I'm thinking, are you actually part of this story? Or are you a retelling? But I don't know because, sorry to keep shaking her bed, I don't know if my theory on that is right, just because this character can either fit in this storyline or a past storyline. I don't know, but it's very intriguing. One thing I have to say is I'm not liking a Norse storyline, just because when certain things are revealed through Jond and Salia, I believe her name is. Sorry, Sila. So certain things are revealed to Jond and Sila. And then you read Honor's part, and she's finding out the same thing, and I'm just like, I know where this is going. I know where this is going. And I don't like it because it's not a bit, it is majorly obvious. And that's going to be the big thing, I think, at the end of this book, in the next book, which hasn't been announced yet, but this is a trilogy. So I need to know when that third book is. Please, Sarah, please. So if that's going to be the big conflict, and then, yeah, I'm just like, I think I know where that's going. And then in my head, I'm like, well, does this mean the third book's going to be like the way I think it will end? But we're not thinking of that. I didn't like Jond at the end of the first book. If you've read the book, you know why. I'm not saying I like him, and there's been all that doing a massive redemption arc so far. But he has redeemed himself, and I know that's because he loves Sila, and that's why he's doing what he does. But I can see it. I can see this being the beginning of his redemption arc, and I'm just like, I want you to have this redemption arc, but I don't want that to mean that you and Sila will end up together, because no. But I don't want Honor and Sila to end up together either, and I know they're the lovers at the moment, and there's very little romance. It is mentioned, but it's not a major thing, in my opinion, which is another reason I love it. But it's also a reason I don't, because I'm like, it's a love triangle where there is love but no love, and I'm just like, I'm not sick of it, but it's like, I just want this character to be on her own. I don't see the reason for yes. And the explanation for well, another reason that it's not 5 stars at the moment, the explanation for the big natural things. I get it. I do. You're a powerful group, and you literally let this group that were doing these things walk away. Now, if things go on in this world at the moment in real life, I completely understand why you wouldn't. But if they're that dangerous, sometimes you need to do something bad to get rid of the bad. And if anyone wants to do more clarification on that and they don't mind me spoiling this book, send me a message on Instagram and I will gladly spoil. Yeah, I forgot that part and I was like, really? Yeah, no, I get you trying to be good, but sometimes it needs to be a bit bad. Or a lot bad. So yeah, that's the update for now. Like I said, I probably will just wake up tomorrow and while my breakfast is digesting, just complete this book. But yeah, I think sticking to the rota for ClearUrSht will be the best way for me to get through this readathon. Although I have some big books coming up. But at the moment, I haven't got lots of big books on 1 week. But I'll need to work out that page count. But that's working out for me as well, working out the page count. So yeah, so tomorrow's D&D. So like I said, plan tomorrow, finish in the morning, start Clockwork Girl on the way to D&D, and then at least read my allotted however many pages of Clockwork Girl for tomorrow. Because if this is 90 pages, then technically that's 80, but I might try and do the 170 for that one as well. But let's see if I'm liking it. That's the thing. Not foreshadowing. I think I will like it. I just, yeah. So that's the only plan for tomorrow. Do I think I will finish Clockwork Girl tomorrow? No. Do I think there's a chance that I could read quite a bit of it tomorrow? And then potentially finish it Monday? Yes. The only thing that can impact my reading in the next week is GCSE resets. If you've ever invigilated a GCSE exam, you will know that trying to fit a full day's work into an afternoon is ridiculously hard. But that's one of my only thing, which means I may, I don't know. The reason that might affect my work is because trying to fit that full day work 3 hours may tire me out quite a lot. But being optimistic, my page counting thing may work. Who knows? So yeah, I'm going to go and go to bed, and then I will update you tomorrow when I've finished, which will hopefully be in the morning. My alarm is set for 8, so let's see if I get up. Otherwise, my other alarm's set for 9:30. But yeah, hopefully the next update will be me in the morning saying I finished. And then my update after that will be me saying I started the Clockwork Girl on the way to D&D and read at least 50 pages, let's say. And how far I get into it tomorrow. Hello, 10:30 Sunday. I've just finished the Battle Drum, so I haven't filmed. 4 stars, strong 4 stars. I didn't see all the ending. I did see one of the things. But yeah, the way the story wrapped up in this book, I need the third book now. I need the third book now because all of my theories have gone out the window, bar one. Yeah, I need the third book now. It's like I said, a strong 4 star. I want to say it's in my top 10, but because I've got the first one in my top 10, I don't know if I should really have 2 in my top 10 of the year. But that's for future Michelle to decide. But the character growth, the revelation that I didn't see coming but should have seen coming, the development of the story, and John's character arc is still going strong. I am still liking him. Like I said, my theories have gone out the window. I don't know how this series is going to be wrapped up. Yeah. You might be thinking, Michelle, if you like it so much, why is it not a 5 star? I just, like I said, I saw one of the things coming, but the other things, even though I didn't see them coming, it was still a bit of a, yeah, that was obvious. if that makes sense. I didn't see it coming, but when I read it, it was like, oh yeah, maybe I should have thought of that, because that has been kind of foreshadowed, I will say, quite a while. So yeah, book 2 for ClearUrSht down though, which means I can start the Clockwork Girl. Now, this is 356 pages long, so theoretically I should get halfway through today, but the writing's quite big. Well, bigger than other books, yeah. So there's a chance I might get more than halfway. I'm not going to say I'm going to complete it today. Not happening. But if I can get to the 200 page mark, I wouldn't be surprised. Although 200 pages is halfway through a chapter. But yeah, I think my thinking of 170 pages today and 170 tomorrow probably will not happen. I will probably read more. But yeah. And yeah, so that's my update. So my next update tonight will be to say how far I've got through this. If it is to say I finished, wow. But it is a possibility because I've already done lunch for work next week. One good thing about winter weather, slow cookers out, stew all the time. But I have other things to do. So I think a good update for now. Second book down to start my third one. And then yeah, hopefully next week will be as good because they're smaller books, I'll say. So yeah, but stop procrastinating, Michelle, and go and get ready for D&D. So I will update you later with how far I get through. Hello, Sunday evening. And I've realised, before I give my update, I got the dates wrong for the first 3 prompts of ClearUrSht. So I don't know how I said it was till the 8th, like the 1st till the 8th, well 7th. Yeah, no, it's the 1st till the 5th. So tonight. Today should have been the last day for the first 3 prompts, if I was going to do it right, which, let's be honest, I was never going to. I haven't finished The Clockwork Girl. I am 38% of the way through it. It's a quick read. So I am on page 143. It's split into different parts, so I'm kind of finishing on the right area, like on a nice area, I'll say. So like I said, I'm on page 143. I read the 142 pages in an hour. Because it's a half-an-hour bus ride from town to my friends for D&D. And I read 65 pages. And then I did just over half an hour sprint tonight. And got to 143. So, it's a quick read. It's reading a bit differently than what I thought it was. Like, I didn't think the story would go the way I thought it would go reading the synopsis. But I think that's maybe because I didn't read the synopsis right. Let me double check. No, I did. I did read the synopsis right. I just didn't expect the twist is the right word but wrong word. From like the start. I'm enjoying it. It's a strong 3 stars, nearly 4 stars at the moment. So I should definitely be able to finish it. Potentially tomorrow. Because I've got some plans I'm going to try and do next week, even though I'm at work and it's resits. But that's for next week's vlog. So, ending this week, nearly 2.5 books done for ClearUrSht. That's not bad for me. But I didn't do my wrap up for October. Oh well. Also, Instagram update. I won't be updated with all the books I've read this year. I realised with the night, that's 10 months worth of books. And so many pictures. And I just thought, will people want to see that? So I'll do an end of year wrap up type thing. I'll do like my top 10 books. I won't do my bottom 10 just because I've realised that would just be all the DNFs. And ain't nobody got time for me to rehash all my DNFs. So yeah, but that is one of my resolutions for next year, to post more on Instagram. And I have sort of plans. But I will update you with that with my plans for 2024 video. Gotta keep sticking around for some reason. But yeah, so that's the end of this week's vlog. Like I said, 2.5 books done. I'm happy with that. But I need to get a wriggle on to stay on track. So yeah, until the next video, bye.